Flosstube. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jani, and today I want to talk a little bit about my smalls, the little projects that I did. Actually I don't stitch small projects so often. I more focus on my larger works, like mirabilias and samplers and chatelaines and stuff. But I used to stitch a lot of small, needle cases and little bags and, little pillows and stuff. So I bring a few of them because I have many of my smalls, in bags or in boxes. But yeah, I wanted to show some of these projects. So I have to, a little disclaimer. Many of these projects, I work on them many years ago, like 15 years ago or 20 years ago. So I don't remember exactly the name of the project. Many of these are from magazines or little bits and bobs from another project. So I took little motifs to make these little things. So this one is a really old box that I used to keep pieces of fabric or bottoms or lace, and it's from Shepherd's Bush. Yeah, and yeah, I really like it, and it's really old. I just finished, as the lid of this basket. So I put some cute fabric and a little ring for threads, but I just use this as a display for cute things. And I have this box with my in my large box of fabrics. So yeah, this is from Shepherd Bush. Yeah, and it's finished as a basket lid. And then this, I love to make this little like needle case. This is based in an old magazine. I guess was an Spanish magazine, Las Labores de Ana, if I'm not wrong. And I put this little butterfly. And the main reason that I love to do these little things was because I love to play with, with beading and specialty stitches, because many years ago I didn't have any chatelaines or those kind of projects that use these specialty stitches, and the beading was a total new thing for me. I didn't knew that you can use beads in your stitching. So I really enjoy play with this, and I added these little crystals and start to play with the threads. I start to dye also my flosses, because again I watch in the internet all these beautiful silks and everything. So I have to do it by myself. So yeah, I make this little like a needle case with my name, and in the inside I put these two to place a scissor and the little rings, you know, just like a cute heirloom, or you know, a cute case. And yeah, I try to, because I look at these cases and all these beautiful little things, especially in the French blogs. You know, they make all these little and beautiful detail needle cases, and so of course I wanted to to do it for myself. So yeah, this was a gift from a lovely stitcher, Dina. So here it leaves my little gift. So yeah, I you know, experiment a lot with this type of design, and you know, trying to make something for myself. Then what else? This was also the design I tried to, I took different motifs, and these are the initials of the names of my kids. So, and I stitch this word 1/1. This is a Lugana 28 perhaps. So it's a las cuatro esquinas de mi alma, the four corners of my soul. So it's the name of my kids. And again, I watched these cute little projects online, and you know, I always try to emulate those cute things. So it's a, you know, a little bag. So yeah, and I did a lot of this, like again, to keep your needles. This I put the year 2006 and yeah, I used to have a blog, so it's the name of my blog, Bordando Sueños, Stitching Dreams. And my name, I took this design also from, I can't remember really, but I had this design for a pamphlet or a magazine. And again, I was trying, you know, to play with the beading and the specialty stitches and the 1/1. It was, you know, a new world for me. So yeah, this is another small. This one was also an experiment, you know, again with the specialty stitches and the beading, and you know, trying to make something cute. And I don't have very much a lot of skills with my with my sewing methods, but yeah, it's all you know, crook, not aligned. So yeah, again, this said bordadora de sueños, dreams stitcher, something like that. And yeah, you know, I was trying to experiment and build things that could be nice, and I practically use the same fabric again and again. This was a motif from Martina Weber Chatelaine. This was a freebie, so I was really happy to start with my chatelaines. And this is a little, you know, bag. Again, the the sewing finishes not so good, but yeah, I love it. And This again was something that I saw in a French blog, and I love it. You know, these little triangles when you could put your scissors, and I added all these little specialty stitches and the bottoms, and you know, with the fabric inside. So yeah, it was all, you know, just experimenting. um, this again is it was something that we did in 2006. In one of the groups. It was kind of Olympics for cross stitch. So I make this design, and again, you know, just to keep my needles and keep it in a cute and pretty way. And I practice a lot of stitching 1/1. Not my favorite, but it looks really cute. This kind of I don't know, drum or candy something with my name. And again, the specialty stitches and the silk, you know, the flosses. It was all new for me. More recently, I did this drum with this design that I made, and yeah, again, it was just an experiment. This is my little Bendy, because she looks like Michelle, and you know, trying to make this border and making kind of a sampler design. So yeah, again with the samplers and the smalls. Also, I did this last year. It was stitched in a really a small linen. It was 40 count. It was the first one of the first time that I start to stitching in linen, in a 40 count linen, which I love now. But was one of my first, you know, experience. So I make this box, and Yvonne told us how to make this tin, you know, for pins and needles. So yeah, more recently I also did this little pillow. This is Sister Stitcher, is a freebie, and I follow Bona the Twister Stitcher tutorial, and try to make it pretty. Not as pretty as her finishes, but you know. I also did this one. This was also a freebie from Passione Ricamo, if I remember correctly, and I love to add these little crystals. And here is I was using metallic threads. So yeah. This was a little case for needles. This was a very popular design many years ago. So you know, you put the number of the needle, you know, here for the 24 needles, and here is for the 26, and you had to do all the project, you know, all the cutting of the fabric and everything. And here is the 28. So yeah, it was it was fun to do. This is like the little pillow. So yeah, I I keep this in a basket in displaying, but I really don't use it for any practical um, use, just to decorate. This was also a very popular design, and here I use my the flosses that I dyed, and also the fabric is I was one of the first that I dyed. It was just a plain white fabric, and I start to experiment with the colors. So yeah, I really love this design, and this is the space for the scissors. So yeah, I did my my fair share of small details and little things. So now I don't do them anymore, but I really enjoy making them, and now I can look at them and display it. And this was also a very popular type of design, and I make a lot of this for my kids, and I don't know really where are they anymore, but yeah, I rescue this piece last year, and uh, make it a little more cute with this framing. So yeah, that's my little display of smalls that I have around. And even though I don't stitch this kind of little things anymore, I really enjoyed doing it, and I learned a lot, and now I can admire them and focus on my larger designs. And talking about new projects and larger projects, I've been working on Game of Swans by Long Dog Sampler. And if you remember in my last, or if you see my last video, I talk a little about this project, and how I wanted to make like a monochromatic design with this sulky by Guterman, and using this like mustard fabric. So far I am loving the design. I'm stitching this top corner, and I will start with the swan next. But yeah, I'm really enjoyed it. This I am trying in this kind of motifs which are completely stitched. I am leaving some space without stitching, to create a little more not so like a block of color, but a little more movement. And for example, in the butterflies, where you work with 2 or 3 or 4 colors, I just leave the space without stitching. So yeah, but I'm really loving the result. It's completely different from the original one, but making my own project, or making the project my own. So yeah, really enjoying working on this. I will continue at least to finish the swans, to see how they look. I'm guessing they are going to look fine. I hope. But yeah, it's not a difficult project. I am struggle a little bit with the fabric, because it's really small, and the thread is thicker than DMC. So I usually stitch on 36 count with just one thread or one floss of DMC. So I'm struggle a little, but the coverage with this sulky, it's amazing. I love it. So yeah, it's my experiment, and I am enjoying really much this project. So thank you for joining me in this little traveling time with all these smalls and these old projects that I used to make, used to stitch a lot. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.